Hello and welcome to Elite Dangerous. Before we get started, we're going to just buy a Sidewinder. We're going to buy, we're going to buy it outright. I don't want to trade in any ships. We're just going to buy a cheap Sidewinder. We're not going to stock it out. We're just going to pretty much launch. And what I thought today was we're going to do a little bit of combat. But, well, it's not combat really, it's more nav point management or extraction point management. This is where we're going, and they're not actually showing up at the moment, so we'll probably have to get outside the station and then we select the one we want. System I'm in at the moment is around 53 or 50 odd light years away from, if you're in standard Elite Dangerous, from LS, is it LHS 3447, something like that. And if you're in the Horizons, then the system is around 90 odd light years away. The system's called LTT 15278. Yeah, LTT 15278. If you're running standard Elite, you'll see one station in the system, which will be Zolobov Enterprises. If you're running Horizons, you'll have Zolobov, of course, and there will be a couple of bases on, I think, one or two of the planets. But that's not what we're here for today. What we're here for today is they've got a nav point, or nav beacon, as most people have. They've also got 3 extraction points, a high, no, a normal, a high, and a compromise. The compromise is good if you probably need to get in there with a group, or with a better ship with better shields, because you will take fire in there quite regularly if you pick on the wrong ship, or a ship that's close to another faction member. They tend to, I don't know whether they wing up and start on you, but you'll notice that you'll scan some ships and they won't be winged, and then you'll start shooting them and all of a sudden they are. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but it's something to be very aware of. So here we are. We're going to go into the high extraction point in this one, because we want to get a little bit of activity straight away. We don't want to take. I've only got a short amount of time to do this video, so I need to get it in a normal nav point. It'd be a lot slower going. There'll be a lot more friendlies in there, and you'll get the odd pirate. So you can generally, you don't have to be quite as careful. Where we're going today, we have to be a bit more careful. There's going to be probably a little bit more wanteds than there are friendlies. In a compromised nav point, you're very much always outnumbered, but what does tend to happen is you'll get groups of wanteds, wings of wanteds flying around, shooting other wings of wanteds or other wanteds, so you just latch on to one of them and make sure you don't hit any of them, mind, because then they turn on you, but you can use them to do what it is we're going to be doing today. And essentially what that is we're just going to be kill stealing. We're in a stock Sidewinder. There is no upgrades on it, so if you just started out, this is pretty much what it is. It's exactly the same as what you're going to have. The only difference being that if I blow this ship up, I have to pay for it. You will not, because yours will be loaned. It would be free unless you put upgrades on your on the ship, and then you'll have to pay for the upgrades. But if you keep it stock, then it will cost you nothing. You can blow it up as often as you like, and you'll be fine. So we're in that point. We're a bit far out, so we have a little bit of a flight to go in, but we can scan as we go into the asteroids. And this is generally where the NPCs mine. Now, if you are starting out and you fancy doing mining, you don't have to come to these points. You can just go to anywhere on the ring, around the planet. You can just head to anywhere in the ring and into the asteroids. You don't have to come to these resource points. These resource points tend to be full of NPC wanteds, and you get the odd system authority, but not so much in the highs, and definitely very rare to see them in the compromised or hazardous. I think they're actually called hazardous extraction points, and compromises for the nav beacons. Okay, so as we're going in, we're gonna scan what ships we can. We're going to look out for the friendlies, the cleans, the system authorities, and we're going to keep an eye on them. And hopefully, if we shadow some of those, we should be able to just get in there at the last minute and steal some of their kills. In other words, there's a Viper. Kind of be nice if we can have a Python or a bigger ship. An Anaconda would be fantastic if we can have a friendly one of those, because then he can get involved and do all the grunt work, and then we can just nip in at the end and take the spoils. So we're going to scan through, and there's an eagle. So it's a viper and an eagle so far. It's not not really. It's not ideal, but it will have to do. There's a bit of fighting going on down there as well. Let's head on over there and see what it is that's fighting. We've only got stock ship as we've already seen, so the scanners aren't going to be picking up great distances. So we're going to have to probably get a lot closer. Oh, it's another viper. Oh, so there's a couple around. That's good. And what's he accompanied with, if at all? So there's a python. And what else have we got? A hauler. Oh, but he's almost dead, and I don't think we're going to get... Time we get the guns out. No, we'll move on. And so we've got a courier that's wanted, but he's got shields and a lot of hull, so we're not going to get involved with him just yet. We'll keep an eye on that one though. Let's have a look, see what else there is. Another clean, and a python. That's not a python, that's a bloody that's a viper, and there's an eagle and an asp. Now the asp's shield's down. Now I make a very, very big mistake very shortly, is I get involved with this one way too early. What you're ideally supposed to do is wait until it gets to about 20% hull, or wait until they've knocked him down to about 20%, and then just put a couple of shots in. Not enough to cause aggro so he turns on you, but enough to nick the spoils. So you let the NPCs do all the work, and then you just move in at the end and collect the credits. I say collect the credits. In order to collect the credits, you have to survive. So you need to get back to the station and hand them in. So you need to be just a little bit careful at what you do pick on. We haven't actually got a bounty at the moment, so we're not too worried. We haven't got any money to protect. We've only got the cost of the Sidewinder. Again, if you're just starting, that's free. And what we'll do is we'll see what else there is. There's a courier, he's about to die, so we'll put a few shots in on him. And we'll keep an eye on him until he goes. Oh, a few more. Yeah, he's almost done. So that's one down. Well, it will be, very shortly. There we go. That's 39,000. So that'll do. That was an easy one. So if you're starting out, you start off with 1,000 credits, and you've just gone up to 40,000. So that's not bad. Now we're back on the asp, and we got involved with this guy way too early. He's got way too much hull. His shields are almost back up. Made a big mistake with this one. Should have let him get down. See, look, he's given us one big hit. He's gone straight through our shields and done hull damage. I mean, we're in stock. We're in a stock machine, and the shields aren't brilliant. Nothing's brilliant on this ship at the moment, but it can be used as a great tool to make money in the early stages. Obviously, as you progress through, you'll use bigger ships and you'll be able to get more involved. But obviously, in the Sidewinders, it's a little bit more difficult. Now, you can put upgrades on and make it faster and more manoeuvrable, but if you're starting out, I would probably suggest just leaving it stock. That way you can come out, get a few bounties, head back into the station once you've accumulated. Don't get too greedy, don't let it build right up. Every now and again pop back and hand in the bounties, which is pretty much why I'm in the system I'm in, because these extraction points are right next to the station, so it's a short trip back, hand in the bounties, and then straight back out again. Of course, there are many systems like this. This is just the only one that I know of which has it this close. But it doesn't have to be this system. It can be any system. Once you find in it what you need, then you're good. So these the Viper and the Eagle really are making a meal out of this asp. We really need him to get going. We can't just walk away and leave this guy, because if he does kill them, then we're going to get that rocket when we least expect it. We can be involved with another ship, and also we get hit by him because we're the only thing left around with a little bit of aggro for him, and he will obviously anything that's attacked him, he will fight. everything that gives him the most damage. So anything that aggroes him more will get his attention. But once they're down, then he moves to the next target. And if he destroys those two, then all he's got left is us. So we really can't just walk away and leave him. I'm going to try and stay in behind him if we can. He's almost dead. But those damn shields are coming up once again. Oh, there they are. They're up. So these guys really are making a meal of it. And it looks like he's destroyed one of them. I think, I'm not sure whether it was the Viper or the Eagle he took down. We're taking hits from him. His shields are almost down again. Come on. And his power plant is almost dead. So his ship is not in great shape. If you look to the left, you'll see to the left of the radar the target, which is a silhouette of his ship, and you can see it being hit. And then to the left of that, there's a few details on his ship, where he's wanted and what faction you believe he's a part of. But if you look just below that, you'll see power plant and a bar. That is the health of his power plant. So we've got module. You can target modules. Power plant's normally a safe bet on most ships. It doesn't work on all ships. Some ships you're better off going for the power distributor or even the shield generator. And if you're being a pirate, you generally go for the FSD or the drives, which are the thrusters, to either knock them out in normal space so they can't use the FSD, or just take out the FSD so you've got a bit more time to steal their cargo. And his shields are about to come up again, and he's almost dead, but those shields, we just can't seem to keep them down.
Target shields online.
System authority, it really is making a meal of it. I think is that ship shots coming in from somewhere else. There's no other ships on the radar. It's just me, the ASP, and the system authority. Come on, let's get this guy down. Come on, system authority, do your job. I'm only here to steal your spoils. I'm not actually here to kill anything.
Target shields offline.
There we go. Eventually, 57,000 hardly seems worth it. It took way too long. Big mistake getting involved that early on, but we're not going to make that mistake again. We're going to do it properly from here on in. But you know what? If you are thinking of if you just started out in Horizons and you've watched that, then you don't need to make that mistake. We do it like we did the courier, the ship before. We wait till he's almost dead, then we shoot him, then we collect the money. Getting involved way too early, that could have gone so wrong. If he'd got through that last system authority ship and he was definitely putting up a fight, we could have been in big trouble. And as you saw, we only took one hit from him. We lost all our shields and some hull. So if he was focused on us, he'd have our shields down fairly quickly, and our hull wouldn't last too long neither. But anyway, let's move in. Let's go and see what else we can find in the. We're a little bit far away, so we've got to move in. There's a Python, and he's almost dead, so we want to get involved with him. As soon as we getting close enough, are we going to get there in time to actually get a shot on it? If you leave it too late, it won't let you, even if you hit it, it won't actually let you score. So you don't want to leave it too late. That's why I say 20%, or anything between 10 and 20% is generally the way to go. His shields are up though, so we've got a little bit more time to get round on him. Then we just put a couple of hits in. Yeah, if you actually aim at him, and it's generally easier to hit if you actually aim at the ship rather than just firing widely into space. Right, we've put a few hits on. He's almost dead. We haven't done a great deal, but that's not what we're here to do. We're just here to manage the money. Essentially, that's what it's all about, is just getting credits early on. Or even if you've been playing the game for a while, and you're not hot on combat. I'm not brilliant at combat. The nav point management is fairly easy. The compromised nav points and the I can't remember what they called now. Compromised hazardous resource points, which is generally it's the same as a compromised. There's no system authorities there at all. Well, there might be the odd one, but they're generally outnumbered somewhat. So what you end up doing is, as like I said before, you end up finding a wing of wanteds and following them round. Over 100,000, 130 odd thousand. That's more like it. We did that one a lot better. Okay, so we've got System Authority. He's taken a bit of damage. There's another Python. Let's turn on, see what we got for him. Let's see what sort of health he's got. He's a little bit away again, so we'll get on over there. He's got full health. He is wanted. Oh, he's got shields. So again, we're not going to be getting involved with him too early on. His shields are going down. He looks like he's got a fair few ships fighting him. He's getting attacked from... There's an awful lot of fighting going on actually over here, but we're going to keep on the Python for now. They're generally a higher bounty. We could check on the left panel, but we're not going to worry about that. It's just need to keep him on our sights. His shield's almost down. Let's see how fast they can get his holding. He's got an awful lot of ships firing at him. Okay, so his shields are down. They're starting to eat their way through the hull. Let's scan him. We'll see. He's also wanted. Okay, so let's move. That's his shields are... They are coming back up. His shields will come up before they get him down, but what we made... No, we won't actually. We'll wait. We're going to be patient. Remember, that's what we're here to do. We're here to be patient. We most definitely don't want to make the same mistake we made with the Asp with a Python. They're much better equipped for fighting than an Asps are. The Asp are okay. They're good all-round ships, and the Python is fairly good at doing a lot of things, but except for it's rather I look at it more as a short-range ship. The jump range isn't brilliant. It does about 17 light years compared to, say, an Asp, which has got a potential of 30 plus. If you set it up for a bit of fighting, then you'll still get anything between 25 and 29 light years. So an Asp is a bit more long range. Python is short range, but it can be very, very well equipped for fighting. So we definitely don't want to get impatient with this guy. We want to let him get him down, and they are. His shields are down still, and his hull is moving down at a nice rate. He's got a lot of ships firing at him though, to be fair. It seems to be okay. We've put a couple of hits in. Not enough to cause aggro. Oh, he's just destroyed one of the ships. But he's still got a few firing at him. He's still a lot of ships buzzing around him, or at least two. And it looked like there was a firing coming off screen, so there's a third ship. And there's another one. He's surrounded by ships, so I think we're okay. His hull is almost dead. We're just going to put the odd shot in here and there just to make sure we get our claim on his bounty. We don't want to do enough to draw his attention. Just enough to stamp our name on his on what he leaves behind. A little bit further to go. His shields may come up before he dies. We shall see. We're going to try staying behind him. They're not the most manoeuvrable ships, Pythons. You can generally stay behind them in a Sidewinder, even a stock one. His shields are back up. Don't mind putting a few hits. Yeah, he's taking a lot of hits. His shields may not stay up for long. We're looking at that. You look at the silhouette on the targeting or his hologram. He's getting hits from all over the place. His shields are back down. His hull is nearly done. Okay, so it's looking like another bounty in our favour. So much better. A little bit of patience, and yet it's a little bit easier to manage. Yeah, he's almost done. Okay, so once we've done him, there was another Python. See if we can find him, if he's still around. We've been on this guy for a while, so very well likely the other Python could have jumped out or been destroyed. And 150 odd thousand again. There's an Asp Explorer. There's more fighting. Let's just wander down. There's an Eagle. System authority. The Eagles' shields are down. The Eagles the Eagles are very manoeuvrable ships. Oh, another ass, but his shields are down. But he's got a lot of hull. But yeah, we've not got to get involved in him anyway, so that's good. But who are they fighting? There's another Eagle. He's almost dead. We got a hit in. It looks like we got on there. We could well claim that. Oh, we nearly hit a friendly then. It was only 10,000, but yeah, you have to do hardly anything for it. They're not all going to be big price tags, but it all mounts up. You just got to remember not to get too greedy. When things start to quiet down, you just head on back to the station. And the men. There's another Eagle. He's almost dead, so we're not going to be worried about him. We can face off him in a fight. The thing about the Eagles is that they're pretty much all manoeuvrability. Manoeuvrability. There you go. It's just a few thousand for him. It's not a great deal. Still fighting going, so we'll have a look, scan to see. Oh, someone's just exploded, or was that a rocket or something? Here's another Eagle. There's a hauler. Is the hauler wanted?
Target shields offline.
He is wanted. He's also in a wing. We may not wait. Oh, he's being fired at, so we may not wait for him. We're just going to go straight in. We were okay with a hauler. There are certain ships you can just go straight in on. You just got to be careful with, like the Cobras and the Vipers, and anything bigger than that, really. Haulers you can generally have a fair fight with, and you've got a good chance of getting through, even if they've got a decent rank. You stand half a chance of destroying them. They're not the strongest of ships, and Eagles as well. You've got to be aware of the Eagles. They're very manoeuvrable, but once you get their shields down, their hull is essentially made of butter. And his shields are back up, but so we can knock them back down. He's boosting away. He's a hauler, so he's only going to have, I think, 1 or 2 guns. 13,000, that's not too bad. What else we got? Anything? That other Python has either jumped out or been destroyed. And there doesn't seem to be anything else, so I think what we may do, if there's nothing, we'll go hand in the bounties and see what we got. We've been, I suppose, out here for about half an hour, 40 minutes. We did waste around 15 minutes on the ASP, so we could have got a few more ships in had we not got involved with that one too early on. But we learn as we go. Yeah, there's nothing here now. So what I think we'll do is we will. Yeah, he won't be wanted. He's generally he's just going to be doing a little bit of mining. No, that seems to be everything for the time being. So yeah, I think what we may do is we go back and hand in the bounties and see what happens. We've got a few decent bounties there, so for the sake of 40 minutes, especially if you just start off with 1,000 credits, we could have. It can't be far off $500,000, so which isn't bad. $500,000, you've already bought yourself a Cobra or a better ship. But I'd still keep the Sidewinder, because you can always come back to the nav points or the high extraction points or wherever it is that you've chosen to do your nav point or extraction point management to earn easy credits, or nav beacon farming. But essentially, the game's it's largely about money. If you need the money to buy the ships, and you need the money to rebuy your ships if you destroy them, and to buy them, upgrade the equipment and all that. So, but there's loads of ways of making money in Elite. I think I've posted one already, or a couple. And this is one pretty much for, especially if you're starting out. This is because I think it's one of the easiest, and it's accessible right from the beginning. To go in and manage some of the nav points or the nav beacons and the extraction points. I'd probably stay away from the compromised and the hazardous to start with. I'd probably wait either until you're in a wing with bigger ships, or you essentially get yourself a bigger ship. But it's essentially the same kind of deal. You just got to be a little bit more careful about your targets and try and be aware of who. Well, make sure you scan everything. If you don't scan, even if it's wanted, I think I might have said it before. If you don't let that scan in before you start shooting, you will become wanted, whether they are wanted or not. It seems that in the recent patch, the game doesn't like you to presume guilt. You have to prove it first, and in terms of you have to scan them and wait until it comes up wanted, then you're safe to fire. It's something I've come a cropper with a few times, and so I've learnt that mistake, and it'd be best if maybe you don't, because especially in a Sidewinder, you don't last. When everyone starts firing at you, you won't get out. If you do, you'll get out by a few percentage on your hull. It's in fact, a couple of times I've just not made it out, not in a Sidewinder. You can got better stead in other shits, but then you tend to get a bounty, and depending on how much damage you've done, depending on how long that bounty will last for, and it could be anything from 8 minutes to 6 or 7 days. In fact, which means you've got to carry that bounty around. You only be wanted in this particular system, but why get yourself excluded from a decent system for a few days? So make sure you scan everything in before you start firing. Okay, so coming in at pad 14 at Zolobov Enterprises, we shall go down and we shall see what kind of what the spoils were. They were a bit slow to start with, but that's more my fault than anything else. My picking on the wrong target too early on. But I think we did okay after that, and they were better bounties as well. You wasted a lot of time. Right, it's still 50 odd thousand, but it took too long to get it. So let's have a look. So we've got 426,000 in bounties for, say, half an hour, 40 minutes work. It was about 40 minutes, I think, time we left here. And so if you're starting out, that's an easy 426,000. You can claim the bounty. That's it then. If you're destroyed, you've got it. That money's already in the bank. You head on out and you can do it again. And then before you know where you are, you're starting out and your quid's in.